Welcome. In this video I'm going to talk about one of the most important rules of accentuation in Spanish, and that is the rule of romper diptongos, which is to break diphthongs. We need to talk about what diphthongs are. Diphthongs do exist in English. This is a combination of two vowel letters. You can think of the AY in day, or the OW in brown, that sound, or the OU of sound. These two vowels put together to make a new syllable, distinct from both, but borrowing the sounds of both. So we have this term and the usage in English, a diphthong. In Spanish we say diptongo. We also have this word hiatus, hiato in Spanish, and this is kind of the opposite of a diphthong. A hiatus exists in English also. This is when two vowels, two vowels look like they go together, but they're actually pronounced in separate syllables. So an example of this would be this word here. It looks like coop, and it probably is coop in most situations, but it could be short for cooperative or a cooperation. You can say co-op. A lot of times to avoid, to sort of, and you would pronounce it co-op with a hiatus there, but a lot of times in English we'll do this kind of thing to show that we're actually separating the two vowels. Another word that has that is re-enter. We usually R-E-E-N, as in the word green, just goes together. So a lot of times this makes us uncomfortable, and we will put a hyphen between right after the prefix to show that it's not supposed to be counted as one syllable but two syllables. In Spanish, it's the same concept, but it's a little bit more interesting and a little bit more regular, because we have what we call weak vowels and strong vowels. In Spanish, we'll say vocales débiles y vocales fuertes. You also might hear vocales abiertos and cerrados, but in this video we'll call them weak and strong, débil and fuerte. I color-coded them. So these are the two vocales débiles, the weak vowels, and these are the two vocales strong vowels. Here's the rule. A diphthong is any combination of vowels that includes weak vowels. Hiato consists only of strong vowels. Vocales fuertes en hiato. Diptongo es una combinación con vocales débiles. A diphthong is a combination in Spanish that includes at least one weak vowel. Let me show you some examples. So we have A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. And we can take the A and the I, put them together. Is this a diphthong or an hiato? This is a diptongo because we have a weak vowel in it. What about this combination? This is hiato because we have two strong vowels, E and O. How about this combination here? This has at least one weak vowel, so it's a diptongo, pronounced U. When I say diptongo, this means that it's one syllable. We wouldn't say I-U, we would say U. So we can see every combination here. Let's see how we would do that. Like this. So we can have ya, ye, and yo. Likewise, we can have I, a, and oi. We can have wa, we, wo. And we can have au, eu, o. We can also have you and we. Now, these are the natural, I think that's it as far as combinations. I think those are all the possible diphthongs that you can have in Spanish. The hiatos can also be, let's see, something like a, e, or ea, or ao. But you can also have a doubled vocal fuerte, like e, le is an example. Le, he reads, le, or o, I guess zoológico. So in a zoo, zoológico has dos os at the beginning. So So what is the rule then? The rule is, get that out of here. The rule is that if you need to, hold on. This is like a puzzle, a really, really easy puzzle. I got it. If you have a diphthong, it's only one syllable. But if you want to write a word in which those two letters are separated, we show that by marking the weak vowel. So, of course, you need an example. Check out these two words here. We have baile and caída. Baile, caída. Well, this, we can see the diphthong right here. The a and the e together make baile. 2 syllables, right? Baile. 2 syllables. What about this? How many syllables do you hear? Caída. Caída. You should hear 3 syllables. Ca, I, and da. But a, I together will make 1 syllable normally because that's a diphthong. So here we need to break the diphthong, romper el diptongo, and the only way to do that is by marking it with a tilde. You mark it to show that it's not pronounced, this would be pronounced caída, like this is baile. This would be caída, like baile. But we don't want caída, we want caída. By the way, baile means a dance, and caída means a fall. I guess if you dance badly, you will fall. Baile, caída, we have to mark it with the tilde there. Baile and caída. Okay, let me show you another pair using the same a-i combination. Here's one, and here's another. Okay, so this word is paisaje. How many syllables do you hear? Paisaje. You should hear 3 because this is one of them. Paisa and he. And in this word, how many do you hear? Taíno. Taíno. You should hear 3 also because taíno, and taínos were the native, the indigenous people that lived in the area around, in Puerto Rico, and I think on some neighboring islands also. So how should we write this word taíno to make it correct? We put a tilde on the weak vowel. It's always on the weak vowel to sort of promote it and separate it from the strong vowel that usually takes control. You can think of it like this. This is for paisaje, paisaje. But if we need to kind of promote this one to be the loudest letter of the word, we'll have to say, we'll have to mark it with a tilde to make it be like taíno. Another word that's actually very similar to paisaje is this word. Right? So paisaje, this is país. País, which is a country. Okay, ready for a test? I was hoping you would be ready for a test. So let's do this. Get that out of here. Okay. So this says Luis bailaba con María. Luis bailaba con María. Please click on the one word that has to break a diphthong. ¿Cuál palabra aquí rompe el diptongo? Which is the one word out of these 4 that has to break a diphthong? Okay, let's try another one. This is Mario corría y caminaba hacia la tienda. I'm missing some shorter words, but these are the words I want you to look at. Mario corría y caminaba hacia la tienda. Mario corría y caminaba hacia la tienda. Please pick. There's only one word here that has to break the diphthong. Which word rompe el diptongo? Which word here has to break the diphthong.